Going to have to keep this video short because across the street, the gentrification of my neighborhood continues unabated, and they are building a new house there, one of the same cookie cutter houses. They've put up 40 of them in this neighborhood in the past 3 years. And so the construction on that begins in earnest today. Relatively soon. The trucks are already there, the earth movers are there, the laborers are there. So it's going to get loud soon. I hope I have enough time to do this. Today is the very first day of March 2024, and it is, as you can see, about 10 minutes till 8 in the morning down here in slightly overcast Tampa, Florida. If I seem a little down, it's because of the subject matter. And obviously I've taken my logo off the screen to show you this, and it's going to be up there for the entire video. These are decent men. These are decent men trying to fucking find a way in an impossible situation to put food in their families' bellies. And the food that they have is simply bags of crushed wheat, flour. Just fucking flour. They risked their lives for flour. And as you can see, they're pushing the little bikes back with their 50-pound bags of flour that they will mix with dirty water and cook somehow to make bread to put in their children's stomachs. This is what they are reduced to. And they are reduced to this not just by the fucking Jews in Israel. And I said it, and I don't fucking regret it. This is what makes people anti-Semites. And it hasn't me yet, but that's only because of certain people that I've known in my life that are decent human beings. But god damn, it's fucking difficult. God damn, it's difficult. It's not just the IDF doing this. It's not just the goddamn Zionists and the Jewish Power Party and the Likud Party and the fucking greedy bastards in Israel who covet what somebody else owns, what somebody else lives on, what is by right theirs. It's not just them. It's every fucking enabler outside of their country who allows this to continue. 112 people were killed by the IDF on purpose because they wanted to scare them away from the fucking aid trucks. Because they are deliberately starving them off the fucking land because they fucking covet it. They are despicable human beings, and that word does not even begin to cover how I feel. They are lecherous. They are godless. No human being who believes in any kind of God, in any kind of higher power. I don't care what that fucking higher power is. I don't care if it's good, orderly direction. I don't care what that higher power is. No human being can fucking justify this and turn a blind eye to this and act as if this is normal. Using an army in tanks with body armor and weapons, paid for by us, by the way, against unarmed, starving people who just want to put food in their goddamn kids' stomachs. This is revolting. This should make you sick to your fucking stomach. This is revolting. And at first, the fucking Israelis said it was a stampede. They killed themselves. But then, when the bodies started turning up with bullets in them, and images started turning up of people run over by fucking tanks while they were still alive, Then they had to change the fucking story. Oh, they attacked the tanks. And yet, in this country and in others, there are people who will accept it, who will repeat it, who will try their best to fucking believe it, and they will shit on their own goddamn idea of fucking whatever God it is they profess to fucking believe in. If there was a God, and this is proof positive that there isn't. If there was a God, what would a God of the fucking Old Testament do to Israel after this? What would he, she, I don't give a fuck, what would it do to Israel after 30,000 dead, 14,000 dead fucking children, just because some of them covet what somebody else fucking owns? This is the vile maxim that fucking Noam Chomsky talks about. These are the quote-unquote masters of the universe. These are a fucking tumor. These people, these fucking Zionists, not Jews, not all of them, not yet, but these fucking Zionists are a goddamn tumor. If we end up wiping ourselves out as a fucking species, I promise you, it will be because of the goddamn Zionists and their fucking insatiable greed. Mammon worshipping pieces of fucking shit. I want to read you something. We're going to talk about this. We're going to talk briefly about France. People stealing the land or trying to steal the land in France from farmers. We're going to talk about Maui. People trying to steal the land from the fucking people in the true Hawaiians living in fucking Lahaina. This is today's fucking theme. It'll be the fucking short video, and it'll be, this is my, it's on my website. There's links to all this stuff down below. You'll see in a second. I'm sorry, but it's vile. It's vile. And what makes it so much worse is that people accept it and they say nothing is okay. Just, that's fine. Let them take the fucking Palestinian shit. Let them take the fucking farmers shit. Let them take the Hawaiian shit. Just let me stay here in my little house. They're going to come get your fucking house too, you dumb fucks. Don't you understand that? Don't you get it? You're not special. I don't give a fuck if you're a doctor or a lawyer. You're not special. They're going to come for your shit too. Don't you get it? Is someone going to drive a railroad spike through your fucking head to let the sunlight in? They're going to come for your shit too. You will own nothing and like it. Because if you don't like it, if you say anything about it, they will fucking round your ass up and re-educate your motherfucking ass. And if they can't re-educate you, they'll put you in a camp someplace where you'll work for free. Work will set you free. Remember that? That shit's coming back, boys and girls. And it's everywhere. It's fucking everywhere. I'm sorry. I'm going to show you something. Daniel Pradipta, give a hat tip out to him. At Ananda Pradip. He found this, written by a guy named James Petrus, back in 2006. 2006, when the Palestinians had one fucking hostage. Listen to this. While Israel was attempting to destroy the very basis of Palestinian organized collective existence as a people, it was also launching 24-hour artillery assaults, continual sonic booms by low-flying jets, forcing the dehydration of the entire population in scorching heat by destroying drinking water supplies, forcing them to live in darkness, deprived of food, when confined to their homes or shelters. An entire people without an army of their own under military siege is holed up in an ever-shrinking territory. This is state terror in its most expressive and malignant form. Collective punishment is not directed at securing the release of an Israeli POW, the one they had then. It is directed at making life for the Palestinians so unbearable, so lacking in the most basic of conditions for survival, that they will either be forced to leave or rise up in a heroic last stand to which the Israelis will apply all its murderous military might. This, the distinguished academics, journalists, ideologues, and conference of presidents of major Jewish organizations will describe as a vigorous Israeli response to Palestinian terrorism. That was 2006. This is what they do. They have gotten so much backlash from bombing the shit out of children and hospitals and fucking electric stations and water supplies and roads and bridges and schools, destroying the very fucking existence of any kind of semblance of society. They've gotten so much backlash from that. They can't mass bomb people. So what they do now is they've decided they're going to starve them out. This is pure and simple fucking genocide. I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't send them blankets infused with smallpox, to be honest with you. And yeah, I make that fucking reference on purpose. Our bleak, dark history doesn't justify what's happening today. So anyone who says that, anyone says, oh, but what did we do to the Native Americans? Fuck you. We didn't do it in 2024. Well, I'm sorry. Wait a minute. Maybe we fucking did.
Welcome back to Common Sense. I'm Wendy Bell. If you trusted your government, you'd believe that a freak Hawaiian wildfire whose flames barreled across a 4-lane highway and jumped into the ocean to burn boats anchored offshore and wiped the entire community of Lahaina off the map was sparked by a tropical storm. You'd also believe that 5 months later, that government was working really hard to clean everything up and help the people rebuild. But you'd be wrong. Here are the facts that the government wants to keep secret. 2,207 homes in Lahaina burned that day, again 5 months ago, and still not one single building permit has been approved. Not one. No one has received an insurance payout for their loss because the insurance adjusters who need to see and verify the damage in order to cut homeowners their checks have not been allowed inside the burn zone. At least 44 insurance adjusters who were ready within days of that wildfire to survey the damage and give the landowners their money have been kept outside that secretive burn site. Politicians can see it, but not the professionals who are trained to handle toxic environments, really? So without insurance adjusters signing off on the damage, insurance companies haven't been able to pay the homeowners for their losses, all because, again, the government won't allow the adjusters into the area to verify the damage for each of the homes they insured. Homes that don't exist anymore. Not a hard job to cut a check, but the government will not let them. And it won't let anyone rebuild. And that means thousands of people who've been burned out of their homes are still paying mortgages for the homes they no longer have. And because the local banks, which are owned by BlackRock and Vanguard, can't confirm that the homes don't exist anymore because the government won't let the adjusters even into the area to verify the losses, those banks are foreclosing on the homeowners whose homes have burned down because, shocker, they can't pay their mortgages, which they are still expected to pay for homes that no longer exist. So the banks, which are still collecting these payments, are foreclosing on the properties, assuming ownership of the land where the homes used to be. All because the government won't let anybody see what's really going on, of course.
Yeah, maybe I was wrong. Maybe we're still doing that. I told you when this first happened, 5 months ago, 6 months ago. I told you back in August when this fucking happened. I said, this reminds me of what we did to various fucking reservations. We burned out reservations. We didn't just send them blankets with smallpox. We burned them out. If someone discovered, or some business owner discovered, hey, they can make a profit off of that fucking land, there's something under it, there's something near it, there's something they can use it for, there's timber on it, whatever the case may be, we just burned them out. And then took it. Plus, they're pushing legislation in fucking Hawaii to be able to snatch the land up through eminent domain, because they know they can't keep the fucking insurance adjusters off of the goddamn property indefinitely. They know they're not going to be able to foreclose on all of it, because some of them still have fucking jobs, a few of them, and they're still making their payments. But they need that piece of land because they want to give all of this stuff to the developers to build their big fancy resorts for super rich people. The same fucking developers probably who want to build nice big fucking resorts and gambling casinos on what's right now currently Gaza. And people say nothing. It's fine. Take the Palestinians, take the Hawaiians land, take the farmers' land. I don't give. Just let me keep my fucking TV. Just let me keep my fucking house. Just let me keep my little fucking car. Just let me keep my fucking job. I'll keep my head down. I'll keep my nose clean. I won't say goddamn nothing. Too bad, motherfuckers. Ain't gonna work that way. Ain't gonna work that way. Keep living in your goddamn little fantasy world. Keep lying to yourself. Keep whistling past the graveyard. Good for you. See how long that fucking lasts. Because they're going to come for your shit too. Only when they do, they'll be wealthier. They'll be more powerful. They'll be more entrenched. They'll have more fucking politicians in their fucking pockets. First they came for the fucking socialists. But I wasn't a socialist, so I said nothing. Then they came for the union leaders. But I wasn't a union leader, so I kept my mouth shut. Then they came for the Jews. But God knows I'm not a Jew. But then they came for me. And I looked around. You understand? This is, you talk about a real fucking pandemic, a global fucking pandemic. These people are just snatching everything they can get their grubby little fucking hands on as fast as they can grab it, because they know the neoliberal fucking gravy train is about to come to a crashing halt. QE infinity doesn't work forever. It's gonna come crashing down. But when it does, they want as much fucking shit for themselves as they can possibly fucking grab. And if you listen to fucking the World Economic Forum, you will own nothing, which means they'll own everything. They want it all. They want to take all of it. They want it all for themselves. And they'll maybe, if you keep your mouth shut, let you service them. This is, I can't even look at it. It's not heartbreaking. It's fucking demoralizing. People want to look, people don't come to, they want something, either crazy, stupid shit like fucking ray beams from space or aliens or some shit. That's what they want. They want to fucking think that they're thinking differently, thinking outside the box. They're alternative. What do? It's flat earth. It's birds aren't real. It's aliens are out there. They're telling the truth. They're seeking the truth. Here's the fucking truth. This is the goddamn truth. They don't want to see this because it makes them feel bad. It makes them feel like that guy once in the fucking plane I talked to for 2 fucking hours said, I can't believe what you're telling me, even though all the evidence is there. I can't believe what you're telling me about 9/11 because if I did, I'd have to do something. You got to do something, motherfuckers. You got to do something. Because that's going to be you. happy as a clam to have 50 pounds of fucking flour to put a biscuit in your kid's stomach. That's gonna be you. I can't make it any clearer. I've been telling you, Antifa is fucking fake. They're fucking FBI. I've been telling you that for years. Champs-Élysées? Champs-Élysées? Is that how you pronounce that? Police arrest dozens of farmers at farmers' protest on Champs-Élysées in Paris. Farmers are fighting back. All through the neoliberalized fucking countries. They are imposing on the core countries like France and Spain and the United States and Britain the same fucking neoliberal shock doctrine that they imposed on other countries like Chile, like Argentina, like the Asian tigers, like Russia. They are imposing the same fucking shit, the money grabbing shit that they did there because they don't have enough fucking money to keep the goddamn profits because each year they have to have more and more and more and more and more. And they can't keep getting these fucking handouts from the back of our Fed and the Australian Fed and the United Kingdom's Fed and the Spanish Fed. They can't keep getting this forever. There is an end to it. So now they've just turned their fucking their cancerous, their lecherous fucking process inward. And now they're eating their own. They want to take the fucking land from the farmers and they want to hand it over to big agribusiness. And so they're starving them out. They're saying, oh, global warming, cow farts. So they're doing everything they can to start to starve the French fucking farmers, the French agriculture industry out so they can hand it over to fucking big business. They can hand it over to big agribusiness, to countries out, to companies outside the country. Because the people who are doing this in France, they don't believe in borders. They don't believe in national fucking sovereignty. They don't believe in the French. They believe in mammon. They believe in money. And so they're participating in it. And the French farmers and all of these other farmers from all over the westernized world that used to be off limits for this shit, they're all coming together, they're all protesting, and they're all being attacked by their own police, by their own militaries, by their own politicians, by their own fucking press as being terrorists. How dare you? Just hand over your fucking property to big agribusiness from the United States or wherever the hell it's from and shut the fuck up. There's plenty of stuff here to talk about. This massacre that took place Thursday. As I said, they tried to claim it was, they ran over themselves. I guess they shot themselves. I guess they ran over themselves with tanks. Turns out they couldn't keep that fucking lie going for very long. And so the truth comes out. So now the story is from the fucking IDF and from the Israelis and from the Hasbara and from the liars in our own fucking media, both the mainstream media, the fucking legacy media, as well as the alt fucking media. Somehow or another, these men and women, these children, mostly men, because they knew it was going to be bad, these mostly men, starving men, trying to feed their families men, trying to get a handful of fucking flour men, For some reason, rather than going to try to get a bag of flour, they decided to attack a fucking tank. Hussam Zomlet wrote this on Twitter. This is genocide. Shooting and killing dozens of starving people waiting for aid trucks to feed their children in besieged North of Gaza. This is Israel's barbarism and savagery. Every state that enables this or stays silent is complicit. Every state that enables this or stays silent is complicit. The United States, of course, we vetoed a UN Security Council resolution that would condemn this unbelievable barbarism. We blocked the fucking something as milquetoast as a UN Security Council motion to condemn Israel over what should obviously be condemned. And the guy who blocked it said, "Well, we don't have enough evidence. We don't know exactly." They will never have enough evidence to condemn glorious fucking Israel. They could never have enough evidence even after an Israeli minister praises Israeli soldiers, Jewish IDF soldiers, who killed 112 fucking people trying to get a bag of flour. He praised them for it. This is from Press TV. Far-right Israeli minister has hailed the regime's soldiers who killed more than 100 Palestinians waiting for humanitarian aid in the besieged Gaza Strip. "We must give complete support to our heroic fighters operating in Gaza, who acted excellently against a Gazan mob that tried to harm them," said Itamar Ben-Gvir of the Jewish Power Party, the so-called national security minister, in a statement on Thursday. The SS minister. He also reiterated his demand to prevent the entry of human aid to Gaza, claiming that it endangers Israeli soldiers. Making a fucking biscuit for a starving child endangers Israeli soldiers. That is how fucking mentally ill these people are. That is how mentally ill these people are. They are vile. They want to steal the fucking land. Just like big American agribusiness wants to steal the farmer's land in France. And just like big American and Israeli and French developers want to steal the land from the people in Lahaina. And they will do anything they possibly can to do so, including set fires and burn them out. That's what she didn't say. That's what she wanted to say when she said the quote-unquote, the way she said, forest fires. But that's what she wanted to say. Go back to fucking go back to the fucking go back to the fucking robo signing scandal that took place after the whole fucking liar loan thing took place. They got people to sign up for these things, and they lied for them on the fucking, knowing full well it was going to, the payments would balloon and they would lose the fucking homes. And they made money. The developers made money. And the real estate people made money. And then they got paid afterwards. Because then the fucking banks foreclosed on them with the robo-signing fucking scandal. And they took their fucking houses. These people are fucking, they're the worst human beings on the planet. They're the worst human beings on the planet. They just are. They've killed 30,000 fucking people needlessly because they want to steal the land. And so many people on September 12th, 2001 hated the Muslims. Hated the Muslims. Because supposedly they killed 3,000. Turns out Larry Silverstein and the neocons were behind that. And so it wasn't the Muslims at all. And if you know anything about, Project for the New American Century, there are some threads here. But the people in this country were told over and over again by Jewish-owned businesses and mainstream media. Sorry, but that's a fucking fact. You got to hate the Arabs. You got to hate the Muslims. Because 3,000 people died on September 1st, 2001. But it wasn't the Muslims who did it. Now 30,000 are dead. 30,000 are dead. And there's one religion that makes up the fucking IDF. One. And what are we told? We're told to hate the Palestinians. This is fucking mental illness. Now, I'm not saying anything about religion. Zionists aren't religious. And the Zionists are the ones who are giving the fucking orders. But unfortunately, for the Jewish population, both in fucking Israel, in the IDF, and across the fucking world, unfortunately for them, people have to make the connection. Zionists don't care because they worship one thing and one thing only. And it damn sure isn't God. A 100,000 people in Michigan told Joe Biden to go fuck himself during the primaries. After this, I hope the next one, it's 1 million. And it will be. This will cost him the election, because I don't care how much you fucking rig the goddamn electronic voting machines. This, and then our guy in fucking the UN Security Council vetoes the fucking simple resolution to say, you know what, you shouldn't fucking use machine guns on fucking tanks and M16s that we paid for to kill people like this who are just trying to fucking feed their goddamn kids and get a bag of flour. Clearly, that's beyond the pale. But no, we can't even do that much. This is going to cost Joe Biden his fucking election. This is going to cost Joe Biden his fucking election. I know a lot of fucking lefties out there. Real lefties. Not the fake ones from Antifa, but real ones. Who might say, you know what, but Biden is still bullshit. After this, bullshit. They ain't going. They ain't showing up. You can tweak a goddamn election 6 points, 10 points maybe. If it's a close election, this is going to make sure it ain't even goddamn close. And then you know what you're going to get? Donald Trump. And you know who Donald Trump supports? Zionists. Zionists put him in fucking office the first goddamn time with $100 million, and so he repaid him by moving the U.S. Embassy to fucking Palestinian fucking land. That's what you're going to get. And who knows? Maybe that's kind of what some of these Zionists are hoping for. I thank you for your time.